Daniels here again, going live, you know, going live at 5. Happy Sunday again. I just wanted to come on. I did post about an upcoming Facebook Live we're going to be hosting this Thursday with a financial aid professional. And I wanted to let you guys know there's been a lot of chatter in the group lately regarding people having questions about financial aid issues, how to challenge an award or some merit aid that might have been given to you, or any other monies that might have been given to you for your student to put toward their tuition, because we're finding out that students meeting the cost of tuition, the tuition is not as easy as some might have thought, because they might not have gotten as much in aid as they thought that they were hoping to get. But we do hope to be able to have some questions answered regarding whatever you have. So please tell a friend. Be prepared to tune in. You'll get the link a little later this week, but we are scheduled to come on and be able to answer some questions this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Hopefully that's a nice time where people are off from work, had some time to relax a little bit, and get some questions prepared, so you can be able to have this opened up by someone who's actually worked in a financial office at an HBCU, so that should be good. And be able to see how we can get some more money to pay these tuitions that we know is not so easy. Again, we are a growing Facebook group and also an emerging podcast. So it would be great if you guys could, especially for this episode. Episode 8 is going to focus on financial aid issues and having your questions answered. So if you would, as we always do, ask if you like it here, subscribe, share, leave a comment. The questions that the professional will be answering will be in the comments, so you'll have to put them in the comments so that you can get your questions asked, because I'm not sure how many people are going to show up, all 10 million of you, hopefully. But I don't know how many people are going to show up. But however, you're going to have to put your questions in the chat so that we can grab a few out of there to be able to feed them to her so she can answer. We're going to hopefully be able to stay on long enough to get a lot of the questions answered, and or answer some of the broader ones that might reach a broader perspective, so that more people, or even those who may not be able to get their questions asked, they will be able to get some type of insight on their questions. So with that, I'm not going to stay on too long. I got some stuff that I need to take care of, but I did want to remind you guys that this is something that's needed, for any student. You might be going to a HBCU or not, and I do want to recognize, guys, it is Black, Brown, and HBCU bound. That's always going to be our focus. But I did see something else I wanted to address in the comments, and that's almost what prompted this person coming on today. Well, not today, but Thursday. This is a group for students who are seeking their higher education pursuits at a HBCU. However, it is ridiculous to think that everyone's going to go to an HBCU. Students are encouraged to apply wherever they'd like to go. We like to see people at HBCUs. I personally think that it's a better fit for a student. But if a student somehow can't the cost of attendance is out of reach, go where the money is, and that may not necessarily be at an HBCU. So I'm always going to encourage people to do what's best for themselves, their families, and the students, and that may not be at an HBCU. So we're not going to shun people who don't go to HBCUs. I saw a lot of that in the comments. This is an HBCU group, and I do not really want to see much other than HBCU focused material being shared, or comments. But I'm not going to say that if your student applied to all the HBCUs and they just couldn't make it there, but they did get into a PWI of their choice, you can't celebrate that. We celebrate every student pursuing higher education. We're happy to see when they get into these institutions of higher learning of any sort. Our focus is just an HBCU. We like to see kids at an HBCU, but ultimately the goal is for them to go anywhere, somewhere. Sometimes college is not for students. We're not going to shun them. This is not a military group. I come from a military family. I'm never going to stop saying I am an Army brat of a Purple Heart soldier. So I don't have anything against the military, and I celebrate military service. but this is not that type of group. So if a person wants to do ROTC, fabulous, but we're not here to encourage people to go to the military instead of school or in lieu of school. If you do both, that's even great. That's a nice way to help get your education paid for. So again, what's best for you and what's best for your family is what you do. We always want to keep in mind that there's an HBCU focus here, but we don't condemn those who find another path elsewhere. It probably won't be highlighted here, but we don't want to jump on those people. So please, I don't want to see that in the comments. This is a positive group. Remember, our goal is to be a resource. We are not going to be fighting in the comments. When you fight in the comments, you run the risk of being ousted from the group. We only have positivity here. We are here to spread resources and positivity. So I'm not going to veer too far off subject. I did want to come here to let you guys know that I'm strongly encouraging you to share the word about Thursday's podcast. Hopefully there are no glitches, because y'all know I'm new and I'm on the other side of the digital divide. So this is going to be the first live. I'm praying it doesn't go horribly. But yeah, I would like to have the opportunity to bring her. She's ready. She's scheduled. She's fired up to be able to get your questions answered. And I think with her level of expertise, you will be enlightened about some things that you don't know you do know. So again, you have questions for people out there. You have friends who may have some questions. Even if they're not in the group, tell them that we're going to be on for the podcast. My son is calling. Somebody just ignore that call. Yeah, so that's that. I'm going to wrap up here, and I hope to see you guys on Thursday so that we can get these questions answered. So thank you very much for listening to me. Those of you who are in the group and, sticking around, thank you. Those who are sharing, thank you even more. Those of you who are subscribing, that's great. But leave some comments, guys, and, show people that we have a viable resource here. And I will see you guys on Thursday. Hopefully. If it doesn't happen on Thursday, charge it to me, because I am new and I'm learning more and more every day. One of these days I'm going to be great at this, but right now this is we're growing while we're progressing along, and I'll see you Thursday. Okay, so there's that. Now if I could just figure out how to go unlive, that'd be great too. Well, I don't know how to shut this off, but maybe that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye.